We had the recruitment company.
Yeah, I had a chance to have a long chat last week with him, and I think it's developed from what he thought was a small website to potentially a bigger project where he's got a number of systems he uses in his mainstream business, and he wants to connect that effectively to the website and these two systems to each other to try and bring forward a live stream of jobs so that the website looks both more dynamic, but it's simplified for them at the back end. So it becomes more automated. They're doing an awful lot of stuff manually at the moment. And I think what we want to try and do is tease out, looking at these two systems, how we can get them to talk to each other and just gradually take out bits of the process that's costing them mainly time and money, and to move that forward in a more automated way. And I think from talking to him, he seemed quite enthusiastic. And just as we were talking, like new thoughts emerged, ideas. Oh, we could do that, we could do that. And without committing at this stage, I said that I thought each of those had potential to be a small phase of work that we could do. I think, like most of our clients, he's got a limited budget. We're new to him. But I think by just working it through, I can see 2, 3, 4 phases of work that we might be able to develop things and then build on that incrementally. And I think at the end of it, he'll have quite a significant system that if you compare to what it's costing him now in terms of time, money, effort, frustration for him, his staff and the clients, that he's going to move, forward very quickly over the next 6 to 9 months with that piece of work.
So how's that going to help their customers?
Well, I think the first thing, he's stuck at the moment in this rut where, because the admin overhead is quite large, he's got quite a lot of jobs which, although they're real, they're out of date. Whereas I think what we started to talk about was options to effectively bring forward a live stream of jobs so that the website is constantly refreshed. So I think when people come to the site, they're not going to think, oh, it's the same old tired jobs. There's definitely, every time I come here, there's something different. And I think by turning the application process into a much more streamlined process for the applicants, I think it's the place they're going to visit regularly rather than once a blue and say, oh, there's nothing for me here, never come back.
Yeah, it's going to be much better. I mean, it's overly manual at the moment, and it's crazy what he's doing now. So if we can integrate these things together, and it's going to be good for everyone. There's a lot of similar websites that do this sort of thing, but this is really going to help make his one stand out. It's going to be good. Which is going to work much better for everyone, I think.
No, definitely. I think he could immediately see, I could see ideas sort of racing ahead in his mind already about how that experience is going to be much improved.
Yeah, it's going to improve compared to his competitors, definitely.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that we're finding more and more with people talking to us about apps is that often they come with quite crazy ideas about taking over the world with this, that, and the other. I think one of the areas that we've been very successful in the last few years is actually where people have come to us with a narrower set of expectations. And there's a couple of examples, isn't there, where we've worked with organisations about really creating a closed community app for their employees.
We worked with the hospital to, it was on an app that was used by doctors and other staff in emergency department, casualty, what do we call it here? Who knows? But work with those doctors to help get information to them at the point when they need it. Because everyone's got a phone, whereas information that's only available on a computer, it's a bit harder to find. But this hospital identified all the relevant people had a phone. They wanted to try and get this information in an app or web app or something into the phone, into the hands of the people that needed that information, so there would be no delays in helping people. So yeah, there's the app to give the information to the doctors when they need it in the phone that they're carrying. And we also had an example of a company that wanted to get their staff to answer questionnaires, and historically they've done these on their computers, but again, this is an example of not everyone always has their computer, but basically everyone always has their phone or tablet maybe. So they want to get the functionality that was previously available to people on computers available in a really usable, friendly way on their phones. So in these cases, it's been sensible to develop an app for the phones, so that that they get more people using their systems, basically.
I think the other thing that I've found, developing these apps has been a learning experience for us. I don't think we should shy away from that. That experience is hard won, really. We've made mistakes, but that's how you learn, really. And I think too many companies give glib answers. Oh yes, we can do that. That can happen. And then that's how projects fail, really. I think what we've tried to do is use that experience to be realistic and to set expectations with clients and say, look, I think that's really difficult to do, but you could do this. And I think we're confident of delivering that because, and we can then give examples really of where we've been able to achieve that. And I think that experience and kind of maturity that we've got really starts to show when we talk to clients. I think that builds the trust as well, which again is really an important part of what we're trying to offer. We're not trying to, secure sales at any cost and make things sound easy. What we're trying to do is to say, look, we think we can help here, and here's the way we've done it in the past, and here's how we can use some of that experience in your situation and what you want to do. Yeah. I think as well, one of the things that is always nice, isn't it, is when you get positive feedback. Often you start a project, not quite sure in what direction it's going to lead. But that work we did on the app for the consultancy, for their field consultants, incredible feedback on that.
Yeah, it's really good to get good feedback from the users. You know that your work is it's nice to know your work's appreciated, but you also get it's great to know that what you've done is good, I guess.
Exactly. I think in that case we had that lovely story of the consultant that spent an awful lot of time in airports and not much to do, and then getting back to have to do a load of expenses and timesheets, and suddenly he's able to do it in that dead time, and it's just amazing really how things that were done mainly for the back office have such a incredible sort of extra effect.
Yeah, it really helps
on everybody in the organisation there.
Yeah, it's great, basically.